this video, we'll connect a three-phase delta system where we'll use these three resistors as our load. Each of these is 33 ohm resistor. We'll use these 3 meters to measure the line currents going to these resistors. And this one here is our ELV or extra low voltage 3-phase power supply, which gives out about 24 or 25 volts per phase. Let's get started. Since this is delta, we don't need neutrals. So line 1 connects to this meter, to this resistor. Line 2 goes to this meter, connects to this resistor. And line 3 goes to this third meter and to this resistor here. Now, since this is delta, we can't just wire things on this side without understanding how the delta connection works. So let's say this one is our phase U, phase V and phase W. This side here is all 1, so this is U1, V1, W1. This side here, let's call it 2, so U2, V2 and W2. Let's wire it according to delta connection. U2 goes to V1, V2 goes to W1 and W2 goes to U1. So now this is our delta connections. Now that our meters are on, let's turn this system on and see what we get. Here we have 2 amps or just over 2 amps going through each of these lines. Now that doesn't mean that that's exactly the current we have in each phase, because if you remember in delta, the current is different inside the phase to the line current. But the line voltage is the same, which means voltage across each of these phases will be the same as the line voltage. Let's test that out. So here we're connecting one side of this phase, which is our U phase, so that's our U2 and U1. And you see we have 42 volts. Unlike in star, in the same setup you would have 24 or 25 volts, here you have 42. Let's move this across to phase V and same 42, and third phase we've got same voltage as well. So this is same as the line voltage. So line voltage is across 2 lines. So these 2 are line 1 and line 2. If I measure across there, I get the same voltage. So this shows that the delta has the same line voltage as the phase voltage. Let's now measure the phase current and compare that to our line current. I will have to disconnect one of the phases, so I'm going to take this U phase and I'm going to disconnect that wire and force it through this meter. And now this should give us our phase current. So let's turn them all on and see how that goes. You can see how we've got just over 2 amps in the lines, but in the phase we've got 1.25. So if you check that, the ratio should be 2.14, so 2.14 divided by square root of 3, and that is 1.24, and we're getting 1.24 here as well. So that's working quite well. We saw the line voltage, we saw the line current in a delta connection. Based on the values we have, we can actually calculate the power as well. So the formula for power for a balanced system is square root 3 times V line times I line times power factor. Now, since all of these resistors are heating loads or resistive loads, the power factor will be 1. So square root 3 times V line, which is 42 or roughly that, times I line, which is 2.14, and power factor of 1, so multiply that by 1, we get a power of 155 watts across all of these resistors here. And if I divide that by 3, since this is a balanced system, each of these has a 50 watt power. To measure that, I'm going to connect my power meter. So to connect the power meter, first step, I'm going to turn all the power off. This is as easy as disconnecting the power that is going into one of the phases and moving it to the input. So this is the input of the power, and connecting the two terminals on the output to where that was connected earlier. This is called a single wattmeter method. Let's turn it all on and see if it all works as expected. Okay, as we turned everything on, you can see how all the line currents are still the same, and here we're measuring the phase power. You can see how the phase power is about 50 watts, and earlier we got 51.8 watts there, so this is actually 51, it's fluctuating a little bit. We have the phase voltage, which is 41.5, and we have the phase current, which is 1.2, which is also matching our phase current measurement here. I hope all of this made sense. If you found this video useful, please like it, and if you know someone who can benefit from this, please share it with them. And also subscribe to this channel if you want to get regular updates of my videos. Thanks for watching.